What a good-looking school. Fultondale High School. That's home of the Wildcats. Welcome to Jeffco Ed TV, our first basketball broadcast of the year. Wildcats will be hosting the Centerpoint Eagles. Hi, I'm Matt Coulter, along with Chris Osborne, and soon to be joined by our sideline reporter Ariel Schaefer. How you doing, man? You ready for the basketball? Give me five.
Hey, high five.
You ready for basketball?
Hey, it's good to see you, Matty. It's been a few weeks from football. Now we're transitioning to basketball. I love basketball season.
Well, you look like you played.
I played a little bit here or there.
You look like you could have played the three real well with your height. So anyway, hey, let's welcome in a new member of our Jeffco Ed TV crew, and it's Ariel Schaefer. We appreciate her donating her time for our broadcast tonight. So let's introduce and take a look at Miss Schaefer. How are you feeling tonight? Thank you. We'll be checking in side court throughout the game. Let's take a look at the teams a little bit. Fultondale is hosting. They're 1-2, taking on the visiting Eagles of Centerpoint. They are 0-3. Do you have a feel here early? Is it too early for me to ask?
You know, I was watching Centerpoint warm up. They were running figure-8 drills for layups. You know, that doesn't necessarily tell you anything. But I was watching their passing. Passing looked pretty sharp. Watching Fultondale from the perimeter. Looks like they got some pretty good perimeter shooters. So this should be interesting. And, of course, you know, we can match them up on paper all day long, but the game is played on the court.
It is, and nice crowd is starting to come through. Let's take a look at the starters, two guards, Robinson and Burrows, and you go inside. Front line is Holcomb. Jayla Smith is she's the power, she's the driver. Her coach says she's the manager of the team. And then you've got inside Keosha Bennett.
All right, and we'll get a look at the Fultondale starters right now. Number 0, Destiny Nickerson, a senior. Jayla Vaughn, a sophomore. Tristan Hill, a junior. And Dixon, a junior. And Kayla White, a junior. So a mixed bag there of starters for Fultondale.
We are literally a minute away from tip. And this is not the only game. We got a busy week, man.
No, 3 games for Jeffco Ed this week. Tomorrow we will be at Mortimer Jordan, and then back to North Jefferson to Gardendale on Thursday. So a busy week for everybody.
Yeah, I'll be putting a lot of mileage on 65. How about you? Hey, let's go side court and check in with Ariel again.
Well, hey there, Matt. Absolutely what I was saying. This is a very exciting time for both programs, not just for Fultondale, but also Centerpoint welcoming in 2 new head coaches. When you think about the home team, look no further from the Wildcats and new head coach, Journey Jones, who has a lot of college basketball experiences, being able to win some championships at Benedict College. When I spoke to her prior pregame, she told me that she had this realization that she wanted to come back and coach, not only just to be able to enter these young women in sport, but also help set them up for some professional endeavors on and off the court. She has her 7 pillars of success, which include confidence, being able to focus on your career, but also a commitment to one another. So look forward to this Wildcat team being able to have each other's back and also play a full 60 minutes tonight.
Hey, a little bit more information on you. First of all, I noticed you're a lefty. All right. And you take lots of notes because you brought a packet in here about 1 inch thick. So you were at Channel 42. Can we get personal? What are you doing now?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We had a fantastic time at CBS 42 for 2 years, being able to come over my alma mater at University of Alabama. I was a student athlete at Alabama, rode for about 5 years, be able to get my degree, and also halfway through my master's. But yeah, being able to freelance, work for you guys, be able to join your crew, UAB, Alabama, Auburn, it's been very successful and very blessed to be here. Matt?
Well, and we're blessed to have you on the broadcast.
Carol, happy
Appreciate
to have you.
Very much. One of the items she left off of her resume is that she had to work with Scott Griffin. Kidding, buddy. 45 years. Scott is now full-time at 42, and it makes it a little bit more difficult for him to do basketball games. Quickly, off the tip, Centerpoint's going to get a bucket.
That was number 23, Holcomb, getting on the board first. And a retaliation
Turn around a bucket. Destiny Dickerson. I remember her from last year.
Yeah, she's a player, and that wasn't just a bucket. That was a 3.
Early on, Wildcats lead by 1. Ball out of bounds. And that'll go the Eagles' way. Bringing it up the court. Tristan Hill, the junior, across the timeline. They didn't waste any time getting on the board, did they?
They did not.
Oh, we got an over and back. A forced defensive play. Stover, maybe? Is that who checked in? We got a substitution.
So Hill was asking the ref for some clarification there. Thought the defensive player forced the ball over the half line.
I could see that. Did you?
You know, mistakes are made from time to time.
Down in the corner, inside. Bucket won't go. Follow up for center point. Big bucket gives the Eagles back the lead. That's Jayla Smith with the basket. And then Fultondale answers on the other lead. And on the other end, they continue to lead by a digit. Driving the lane. Whoa.
Still by Jayla Vaughn and the bucket. Great defense there.
That's what you want, offense off defense. Center point in the blue with orange trim, while Fultondale's in white with the orange.
Actually, Matty, that's red trim for center point. They're the Eagles flying high.
They are.
But it does look a little orange. I thought
it does.
Same thing.
It does. Oh, steal. Up. Layup in.
That was Tristan Hill with the steal. Fultondale up 9-4, and all of a sudden we got a timeout.
Well, home court advantage in favor of the Wildcats. They lead at 9-4. You look at the huddle. Their head coach is Journey Jones, as I think Ariel told you. They are 1-2. He's in his first year, by the way.
Then on the opposite side for center point, you got head coach Randall Burno.
I believe he's in his first year, too.
Absolutely. You did your homework, Matty. Good.
Well, we try. You know, I had to squeeze it in between my nap and my early dinner. Okay, just joking.
So
Well,
not a lot of
so
height
much.
on either team, but we do know that, at least from what we've seen, the inside play and the guard play is going to be important. Haven't seen a lot of outside shots.
Driving, tried to pass back inside. Now the running jumper, a lot of glass. Rebound, Stover. And tipped away. Now the Eagles have the basketball. They'll go back across the timeline. Burrows fighting off pesky defense. And we got a whistle right there at midcourt.
You know, it looks like ball handling is going to be important, as it always is, but a little bit more tonight because you're not seeing a lot of inside out just yet. So that backcourt ball handling is going to be really important, Matty.
Holcomb will inbound the basketball for Central Point. They do the ladder split, driving to the bucket. Won't go for Stover. Follow won't go. Batted around, out of bounds, off Brown, I believe.
You know, two good looks there. Center Point has got to cash in on those easy buckets if they want to stay in this thing.
Holcomb again will inbound along the baseline. Nice pass inside, and then it's smothered by Kayla White. She might have gotten some body, huh? Looks like Jayla Smith. She's the captain. Just a sophomore, too.
Yep, our first free throw of the night.
Off the mark.
I know these coaches remind their players that free throws are important.
And they are. Missed 2, though. Fultondale with a 5-point lead across the timeline. Right over their Wildcat logo. Right side of the key. Around the top of the key. Flip down to the corner. 3-pointer, too strong. Hit a Fultondale player, and she immediately grabbed it back. That was Dixon. Top of the key, let's take the 3. She does, and she knocked it down.
Great open look 3 right there from
Dixon.
number 0, Nickerson.
Another turnover, and yet another turnover.
Early in the season, a little sloppy. I'm sure they'll settle down into their game.
Driving, shot, put up by Brown, no. Actually, that was Holcomb. Still working the perimeter. There's the inside pass, batted away, out of bounds. Last touch by Fultondale. Substitutions incoming.
Got Tamia Waiters coming in, number 12.
Again, Fultondale center point will inbounds underneath their goal. Whoa, great entry pass, and we got a foul. Was she in the act of shooting? You think so, Chris?
I don't know. We're going to see shortly. He's indicating 2 shots.
Okay.
The other player to come in for center point was Madison Brown, making her first appearance, number 25.
At the line, center point, nobody underneath. Oh, she got that one to kind of clunk and drop.
Kind of like golf, Maddie. They don't ask how, they just ask how many.
You been playing lately?
I have not. It's been about 2 weeks.
Today was a day.
Today was the
It
day.
is beautiful outside. Second shot, too strong. She's 1 of 4 from the line. Here comes Jayla Vaughn. She gives it up to Madison Reedy. She's just an 8th grader. Looks like center point sticking with the 2-3. Play call for the Wildcats. Vaughn continues to dribble, lost the handle. That's not backcourt.
No.
There was a back tip involved there. There goes Reedy, too strong. Solid rebound, great positioning by Smith for the board. 12-5. The visitors are in front. Center point. Whoops. Wow. There's a steal by Reedy. She goes to the lane. Left-handed won't go. There's a follow-up and a hard foul.
Yeah.
Smith will get the personal. And going to the line. I remember Scott saying this last year. Sometimes it's hard to tell when they have that little long hair in the back. Got to see a number. At the line. That's Vaughn. No good. Quick whistle, and they indicate ball is headed back to the Fultondale end of the basketball floor.
Sub 3 Tristan Hill comes back in for Fultondale.
There we go. Eagles with the basketball. Hill brings it across. Actually, that was Dixon. Driving, right side, and traveling. Fultondale basketball.
For everybody at home, thanks for joining us. Watching Jeffco Ed TV, first basketball broadcast of the season. Happy that you're with us.
Running jumper. She got it. Reedy again. The hair and the numbers. She just came off the bench. Lob, top of the key around the free throw stripe. Driving, could have walked. Up, body foul before.
Kind of got a break there. It was some semblance of a Euro step, but that last step was absolutely going to be a travel.
So, Center Point will maintain possession of the basketball. The baseline, nice inbound pass and a good follow-up and finish. The basket by Madison Fuller.
You know, Fuller had those soft hands because she wasn't really expecting that pass but was able to wrangle it up and cash in.
Out of bounds, basketball possession. We'll go back to the girls in blue and red. Under 2 to go in the first period. Fultondale up 14-7. Center Point's had opportunities to this end of the floor. A lot of their follows just aren't going.
Yep, they've been in some good positions. They've had some second chances, just not able to cash in.
And then there's that turnover bug. Nice dribble, a crossover dribble, and she draws a foul in the paint.
Center Point coach Berno giving his players some instruction, trying to rally the troops before things get too lopsided.
Inbounds under the basket. Launches a three off the rim. Rebound inside. Wildcats with a putback, and it's good. Tristan Hill, the junior. Here's a three-pointer for the Eagles. Too strong. Rebound inside. Got to get that follow-up. Does not go. And Fultondale has the rebound. And we got a floor foul. Whistled on Holcomb.
In order for Center Point to get going, they have got to cash in on some of these offensive rebounds.
You're so right.
You know, their players are in the right spots, boxing out, doing what they're supposed to do. They're just not cashing in.
They're not getting a bounce on the rim. Often it's a little bit too high off the glass. That was an air ball from one end of the basket to the other. I'm waiting for a signal here. Fultondale basketball. Hill will inbounds. She going to take three? No, pass it down the corner. Shot no good by Hill. Eagles flying through the court. And a nice running layup that won't go for Holcomb.
That ball was halfway down the cylinder. Just a tough break.
Yeah, I think she deserved a better fate there. Quick inbounds pass. Robinson won't go. Rebound, Fultondale. 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. She dribbled out of bounds. Tristan Hill, the junior.
Little one-on-one pressure there. You know, you can't let the sideline become the second defender.
Working the perimeter now at the top of the key. That's Robinson. Oh, it is just stripped, stolen, and score. Tristan Hill.
What
just inside the buzzer.
Hustle play. Let's look at that replay again. Just inside the buzzer, as you said, Maddie. Great hustle. Another angle.
Yeah.
Hey, we have some of the greatest photographers in the business working for you guys here at Jeffco Ed TV. Thanks so much, guys.
You know, when we were doing the basketball media days, I was thinking about it between coach and player interviews. Started kind of going down our roster and look at all the experience. I got well over 100, and I said, you know, this is starting to really make me feel old. So I stopped. And you're right. These guys shoot ESPN games. You know, they've done it at every level. And to be honest with you, what Jeffco Ed TV has done with this broadcast and with this streaming service, it is, and I'll tell people, I said, what's that like doing a high school basketball? I said, it's like doing E3. And I've done some ESPN3 games, and I honestly, I think it's better.
Yeah, the quality is very good here. Special shout out to our superintendent who made this possible, his vision, and John Rocket and Kenneth and the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
And, of course, we can't leave out Huddleston, our faithful leader.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that had a few years, too. We've all
made some circuits here at local TV and beyond.
I don't think, Chris, anybody's got me beat, though. And that's not something you really want to win. All right, let's get back to basketball. That's Fultondale with the basketball. Hey, while we got a chance, let's check inside court.
Well, Matt, we spoke about how there's two new head coaches. When you look at Center Point and new head coach Randall Burno, I got the opportunity to speak with him prior to the game, and like any new team, they're just trying to figure it out, their identity. But the one thing he did say he wanted to see consistent for all 4 quarters is 125% effort. Despite what the score is, if they're down or they're up, he wants to see the girls consistently continuing to take those shots, despite if they're missing, if there's airballing. But he did say he is really looking forward for that one leader. That's our lone starter, Jayla Smith, number 14. The sophomore has become an outstanding leader. She's physical, she's tough. She'll do what it takes in order to be successful. And she's also very charismatic. She's the joker of the team, and she's the one that keeps the energy up at practice. Matt?
What a great spin move. That time, perfect kiss off the glass. That was Bennett.
That was Holcomb.
Yep. Again.
Kind of hard to see the hair. I got you. But, yeah, good spin move. Little bright spot for Center Point.
They need to make a run, Chris. Down in the corner, bad pass out of bounds, Center Point's basketball.
You know, and again, there's a lot of basketball left to be played. I think everybody kind of finding their sea legs now, settling down into some sort of rhythm.
Yeah, I felt it. I think the first quarter was, they were feeling each other out. They did so. Now, what a great steal. That's Vaughn.
But let me tell you, what a great call by the referee to see her foot touch that line. Let's look at the replay right there. Great camera work, guys, and great officiating.
Center Point with the basketball. Defended well. Up with a short 7-foot jumper. It's good for Stover. Might have been Burrows.
Burrows, number 3. You know, part of the success with that shot was that she stopped, she set her feet, and she had a good look at the basket. Just like that, the score is 18-11. Still Fultondale on top, but Center Point trying to cut into that lead.
Yeah, the Eagles have had buckets, have scored on their last 2 possessions, and you got to get 2 or 3 in a row if you're going to get into what once was an 11-point lead. Across the line, Cassidy Burrows. Eagles try and get it inside.
You know, I remember Burrows from last year as an 8th grader who got quite a bit of time, and now here she is as a 9th grader. You can see a little bit more maturity in the ball handling, but still, work to do.
Round the horn, 3 ball. Fultondale put up by Vaughn, won't go. Try and get it inside. Turn, spin, off the glass, won't go.
That was a great feed. Just again, have to set those feet, be ready to make a basketball move. Don't bring it down.
Smith a little out of control. That's Vaughn, I should say. Another missed shot on this end for center point. Maybe it'll change up when we get into the second half.
Fultondale definitely running plays here.
3 ball won't go. That had a chance to get down.
It almost looked for a hot second like center point was playing a 2-1-2, but I guess they're playing a 2-3.
Dickerson with the missed shot. Now center point with the basketball. Under 5 to go here in the first half. Remember now, we're doing boys after this.
That's right. Buckle
Same
up.
teams. Yep. And that's the format we've used since becoming a part of Jeff Co-Ed TV. That's been my observation. Get them both.
And there's so much more to Jeff Co-Ed TV, Maddie. It's more than just sports. We highlight some of the great stuff going on in the Jefferson County school system. So this is just a great outlet for students and parents alike. See what's going on.
Ball rolls out of bounds, remain possession with the Eagles. Stover swaps the boundary out with Holcomb. She'll inbounds. That ball's tipped away from Brown.
I really think that, I'd like to see Madison Brown get some touches and see if she can make an impact. 10th grader. She's great position right now to get the ball.
A good pass hit off her forehead. There's Fultondale on the run. Reedy has the ball slapped away. Well, good defense center point, but possession still with the Wildcats. There's a 3 ball. Too strong. And the board, they'll whip it around. And Smith will take it across the stripe. Too strong. Whistle. 18-11. There's Holcomb again. She will inbound. What a great pass. Shot won't go by Bennett. But we had a whistle. And they're walking the other end. Mostly center point. They don't rebound the free throws.
Interesting defensive strategy. You normally see that toward the end of the game, but they've done this all game.
Bennett. Now exchange of players, and checking in for Fultondale is Cameron Jenkins. She's just an 8th grader. Second free throw. Up off the very top of the glass, back down, no good. There's a bomb, won't go. Boy, ball bounced right to center point.
She wasted no time jacking that ball up. Oh, sloppy passing by Fultondale, resulting in center point ball.
Yeah, she just kind of air hooked that one back. And we've got a stoppage of play. Fultondale's leading 18-12. Clock on your far right of our screen. 3:50 left. You know what I really enjoyed? Scott Griffin and I kind of co-hosted basketball media days, which I referred to just a minute ago. And you really get to meet a lot of the kids. And, with all due respect, the boys and girls were much better. I mean, not much better. They were both great. It's just that they seemed to be a little bit more relaxed. They laughed a lot more. Boys were kind of serious. And to put it in our business, they made better copy. Timeout on the floor. You see fouls down there at the bottom, and if you're not familiar with the last, couple of years and the rules changes, they measure them by quarters now.
You're absolutely right.
So you could, theoretically, get in the bonus 4 times, right?
Correct.
Because there is no one-on-one either, no one-and-one shots. All right, center point with the basketball around the top of the key. That's Amaya Stover, the sophomore, running shot, won't go. Follow up, pulled away by Hill.
It's like a held ball is the call. Possession arrow going to Fultondale.
Really good defense by Hill. And she's got the basketball right in the middle of the circle, midcourt. Thought about the 3, back outside. Open 3, no good, too strong. Center point, have the basketball. No, that's Fultondale. And white and orange. Dickerson drives the baseline, tries to cross the baseline with a pass, won't go.
Yep, she got caught. Foot was on the line there, and the referee on the far side saw it. Ball going the other way, center point ball.
Little over 3 left here in the first half. Fultondale has been in control. Inside pass, spinning basket, won't go for Bennett. But she drew the foul.
Like you said, shooting 2. She's already made 1 free throw.
Keosha Bennett, starter and a junior. Boy, I really like the muscle memory in that. I mean, she does a certain thing, and then she put it up. I like a ball with rotation on it. Yeah. She does that, too. I just talked her out of missing one, but she got her own rebound. It's kicked, and now on the line, and center point will have the basketball. And from the corner, not a 3, but won't go. So the Wildcats will bring it back down the floor. Now, Fultondale's gone into a little bit of a dry spell. They've been stuck on 18 for a while. Meanwhile, center point's just kind of creeping back in. It was an 11-point lead. Now it's 5.
Fultondale's going to have to protect the ball. They're going to have to rely on their backcourt to make good passes and knock down some of these shots.
Driving shot, partially blocked. Here come the Eagles. Burrows. Hand check. Shot, bad pass. Over the head of Holcomb. And center point is just very patiently, and a lot of it due to defense. A lot of it just due to missed shots by center point, but they've more than cut the lead in half, and I feel a little momentum here. Although Fultondale does have the basketball, we are at Fultondale High School, Jeffco Ed TV.
2 minutes to halftime, cutting through the lane, in and out. Amaya Smith, I'm sorry, not Amaya Smith, Jayla Vaughn cut through the defense, just was not able to finish.
Inbound, underneath their own bucket. Open shot. Dickerson can't get it to go. Now, another open 3. Wow. That was Jayla Vaughn. And she got 3. And Wildcats, take a look. They needed that one.
Body contact there.
All right, they'll inbound right in front of us. Inside pass, nice defense. Wildcats with a fast break. Up, and it won't go. The shot for Hill. Now we got a whistle on the floor, a foul.
Is that on the floor? Or was she in the act of shooting?
She looks like she got a little banged up there. Oh, it's I'm going to give you some time to work on this, but you know you got to give me a shoe update here. Free throw off to the left, and the attempt by Tristan Hill. And by the way, I can point this out. She has one of each. But one yellow, one blue.
There's several players that have one yellow, one blue.
I noticed this when we started talking about it last year.
Yeah.
The variety. Back in my day, you wore the white or the black Chuck Taylors, and that was it, baby.
Maybe Ariel will give us an update on the shoes down there, the fashion on the court.
21-13.
So, Ariel, what we've been trying to figure out is if the shoes come like that or if they have to buy two pair and they just swap. So you'll have to let us know what they do.
Boy, if you look at the center point bench, it looks like one of my favorites. It looks like a mixed bowl of sherbet ice cream. I'm a big sherbet guy. You like that?
You know,
or more of an ice cream guy?
My grandmother used to give us sherbet. I think I am sherbeted out. I do enjoy ice cream. And, of course, who can go wrong with the frozen yogurt?
Yes. And then I have no problems with a big bowl of peach ice cream, too.
All right, Matt, you're making me hungry. Back to basketball.
I need to do that.
21-13, Fultondale Wildcats up on the visiting Center Point Eagles. We are about less than 2 minutes before the half. What do you think these coaches are going to tell their teams during the half, Matty?
Oh, I think that Randall Burno will be trying to get his Eagles to just get a little calm and pace themselves inside and don't dribble before you put it back up, maybe. Just put it back up off the glass. And I'll let you handle Fultondale a minute after the three, too short off the front of the rim. Wildcats maintain possession with the rebound. Vaughn gives it up. Now they kick it back out. Vaughn again. Running jumper high over the basketball goal. You don't see that a whole lot.
You know, you were talking about the coaches and what they might say. I'm looking at Coach Journey Jones, and her posture just says, put me in. She looks like she can still go out there and have a huge impact, even as a coach. So I'm sure that she's going to want her players to buckle up, settle down, like you said.
I had the pleasure of talking to her. Again, I make reference to the media days because it's such a successful thing to do for the kids and the schools and the coaches. I had a long talk with her, and she's kind of a basketball junkie. She played a whole lot, as Ariel told you in the opening.
Benedict.
There's the three, won't go. Scramble for the rebound. Eagles come up with it.
All right, 38 seconds left, 34, 33. See if they can cash in here.
That went off Holmes. Holcomb. So Center Point will have it back. Maybe the final possession of the first half.
Fultondale,
that's right.
All right. We're going to be looking for that last bucket. Looking at the coach for the play.
Down in the corner. Number one takes the three, won't go.
15 seconds.
15 seconds left. Inside pass and whistle a foul. That's going to be on Dickerson.
So Smith will be shooting. That's something we haven't seen a lot of. That was a good interior pass, and she was able to draw the foul. So still could come away with points here on this trip down the floor.
Been to the line 5 times, made just 1. Let's see if she can shake that up. And again, announcer jinx. 4.6 remaining. The captain, Jayla Smith. Didn't get the roll. Didn't get a bounce. Lane violation there, Chris?
Yep, that's exactly it.
So miss won't count. Smith will get another shot. Literally. That she can't cash back in. Just a couple of seconds remaining. Reedy will launch. Top of the key. She spilled on the floor. But that is the end of the first and second quarters here at Fultondale High School. And the homestanding Wildcats are leading it by a score of 21-13. We will check in with the Fultondale coach and Ariel here in just a minute. Let's go.
All right, Coach, you guys have a bit of a lead. However, there was a bit of a scoring drought until Jayla Vaughn hit that 3. What are you telling the girls in the locker room to keep the confidence up offensively?
Just to be poised, calm down. They're rushing. I'm telling them, you don't have to take the first shot that's available. Move the ball, make the defense move, and take a good shot. Be confident.
Tristan Hill being very physical on both sides of the ball. What did you like from your junior guard's performance?
Tris sets the tone. In practice, that's what we tell her. Set the tone, Tris. She's the leader. She's the one that gets everybody going around her.
Coach, thank you so much. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks to both of you.
Again, if you're just joining us, a new team member, Ariel Schaefer. Thanks so much for that information, Ariel.
Yes. And we will likely catch up with Berno, the head coach at Center Point, on as we get ready for the third quarter of play.
It's a good look at the Fultondale cheerleaders. Let's go to break.
Meet Madison Fuller. This Fultondale High School student wears many hats. She's an office aide, student trainer, pageant queen, and multi-sport athlete. As for her favorite sport, the one she began in 9th grade and unexpectedly developed a deep passion for.
Honestly, I did it as a joke. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go in here, just play around. But I kind of liked it. So then I started going to practice more, taking it more serious.
Madison says she fell in love with the sport and during sectionals of her junior year realized she wanted her wrestling career to continue.
I'm thinking about going to Huntington College to wrestle there.
And as her senior season approaches,
A scholarship to wrestle at a college. That's my main goal. And to help younger kids that was doing it like me when I was young.
Inspiring others in the sport she's grown to love and loves to see growing. Madison tells me she's noticed a big increase in the number of girls participating in the sport since she first started as a 9th grader.
It took me back. I was like, whew, that's really big. It grown so much. Even though our girls team is like pretty small, we go against schools that are like 50 plus girls.
A competitive group that Madison doesn't shy away from. She thrives on the mat, placing 2nd in state last season, a major accomplishment she's hoping to top this time around.
Last year at state, I kind of fell short. I got 2nd. That hurt my soul. It hurt my soul, but I just know I worked for it. I worked to get that far, so that's an accomplishment in my books.
One that's built over time, during every practice and at each match.
I wrestle every match like it's a state match. I have to win, take the gold.
For the white, get down and fight, fight, fight. So we created the Eagle List because we wanted to give our girls here at the elementary school something to look forward to. They don't really get to cheer again until they get to middle school or the high school because the intermediate also doesn't have a cheer team. We wanted to give them a reason to feel like they can be accountable for themselves. Like, hey, I'm a leader, I have to be accountable. So we definitely wanted to make sure they enjoyed coming to school and had a reason to want to be here.
We performed at Centerpoint High School, Irwin Middle School. We performed here and we performed in some parades.
What I enjoy most is just watching the girls bond and build a sisterhood and just watch them grow throughout the season from where they started to where they are. Watch that confidence build up.
Like if you're an Eagle, you have to have the spirit to be one. If you don't have the spirit to be an Eagle, you cannot be an Eagle.
Welcome back, Fultondale High School. Matt Coulter along with Chris Osborne.
Hey.
Hey. First half complete, and the homestanding Wildcats lead at 21-13, and we're awaiting the appearance of Randall Burno, the first-year head coach for Centerpoint, as he will come out of the locker room here shortly, and Ariel will grab him and talk about what they've got to do to overcome this 8-point lead. As a matter of fact, nice move. Ariel got to the coach pretty quick. What you got?
Coach, you mentioned that you wanted to see consistent effort for all 60 minutes. How would you evaluate your first half for the team, and what are you telling them in the locker room?
It's pretty consistent. We're just not making our layups. That's the first and most thing. We got to make those easy bunnies. But for the most part in the locker room, just pretty much being communicative on the court and rebounding, like I told you at the beginning of the game. So hopefully we can do that this half and get on with the W.
Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second half.
No problem. Thank you.
Matt.
Yeah. All right, and thank you both. I don't think you hear that term as much now, but he said bunnies. You know, the little bitty bunny hops that you get right up underneath the goal. I hadn't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, back to play here. Centerpoint going, of course, the opposite direction now. See if this rim is any friendlier for him.
Oh, well, I'm gonna let you have that one. Follow up with a foul. That's a great interior pass, too. Pretty much wide open for the layup. She's going to go to the line. Shooting is Camilla Holcomb, one of, I think, 3 seniors.
Right.
On the roster. That one a little bit too strong.
Got Stover out there. We hadn't seen her much. Of course, Burrows, the point guard. Madison Brown back out there. Different look coming out for Centerpoint.
Holcomb can just not get it to go from the free throw line. I have it at 1 for 6. And she got the bonus. Missed that one too. Of course, it does not count statistically. 3 ball, Hill, too strong.
Nickerson got a gift there. That rebound just kind of fell in her lap.
And she's going to put up a 3 and miss the goal. Dickerson, the senior. Both of these teams, Chris, are very young. Fultondale has 2 seniors, and you know what they pair that up with? 2 8th graders.
Correct.
Oh, nice defense. I think we're going to get a whistle anyway. No, double dribble. I think that was a nice call. They got Hill a little tied up. She got a little flustered. And
went to the left side, cut it off, and
good look at Journey there in her first year with the Wildcats. She's directing their offense. Hill wants to get it to the top of the key. That's White. Have not heard much from her this evening. Boy, that just went around, came out. Maybe it is this end of the goal.
Good defensive
nice
hustle
steal
there.
Dickerson. You know, give you another possession.
Set it back up. Top of the key.
That's the junior, Tristan Hill.
It'll be interesting to see if they are able, a little turnover there, but with the Wildcats right here in front of their own bench with the coach in their ear, if they start to.
Oh, look at the pick and the go for Hill. She missed it, actually defended well. She follows and gets fouled.
She actually didn't get fouled. She stepped on the line, Maddie.
All right.
When she tried to corral her own rebound. Let's have a look at it real quick. All right. Back to regular action. But trust me, it did happen.
I believe you. Center point. Ball's loose. Picked back up.
You know, center point, same thing. You know, they're on the side of the court with their coach and, you know, their bench. We'll see. I expect that there will be a little bit more consistent ball play in this third quarter and fourth quarter with them being able to get instructions directly from their coach.
Fultondale with a basketball and an 8-point lead. That shot won't go. Rebound. That's Vaughn. Right in front of the Fultondale bench. Vaughn dribbles out of it. Down in the corner. Hill can't get the three ball to drop. Inside foul.
You know, I think if Nickerson, when she got that ball in the corner for Fultondale, had been ready in a shooting posture, she might have gone ahead and taken that shot. Always have to be ready to get the ball.
Kayla White, the junior center. She'll shoot a pair. Ah, nicely. Drops through the net. Lead now at 9.
Cashes in on both of them.
That's nice. You gotta make the shots that you're not being guarded.
That's it. That expands the lead to 10. 4:52 left in the third quarter.
It's nice to get basketball underway. Although this afternoon on my drive over here, gee, this is more like baseball weather. I mean, it's 77 degrees. Just a cloud or two in the sky.
I love it.
Whoops.
Good ball movement there, but Fultondale in their 2-3, defending the perimeter well. And turnover and Fultondale ball.
Burroughs just couldn't hang on to it. So here come the Wildcats. Drive in the lane, broke herself free and could not finish. That's Tristan Hill.
And that's exactly what Coach Jones was saying, that they've got to finish. They're getting the looks.
Holcomb with a basketball. She tosses inside. Shot missed. Offensive rebound. Shot put up and good. Is it Brown that's checked back
Brown.
in? Yeah.
Will go to the line and shoot a couple.
Fultondale substitution coming in. There's look at Randall Burno. Madison Brown, the sophomore, to the line. Good. We're starting to get some rhythm at the charity stripe. Checking in, Alana Eccles, a senior. Second free throw. No good. 1 of 2. At 4-minute mark, halfway through the third period. That's Hill across the line, lost control. Now we got a whistle.
So, Matty, what do you think about the coaching strategy to not have your players
underneath the goal for free throws?
Yes.
To be honest with you, I can't understand it.
The only thing I can think is that maybe he's giving them a chance to already be in position to play defense.
Well, that's a good point because they are very young. And, you got to learn each class each day. Who knows, maybe later in the fall and winter, they will be along the strides. Driving layup, shot put up, drawing the foul is Vaughn.
You know, Vaughn is a scrappy little player. She is definitely not afraid to draw the contact, and you see there.
Yeah, I like her game, both ends of the floor. Sophomore at the line, she'll shoot a pair.
Gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, she got the roll. Cuts the lead back to 9. Nice gym, great facilities out here at Fulton High.
It's an intimate gym. It's not too big. It's just enough.
That one's too strong. I think we're going to get an over the back call on Eccles. No shots.
Maddie, you do have on a striped shirt. Maybe you're in the wrong position here. You know the calls before they happen.
Well, that is doubtful. I've never done that except intramurals in college. You ever officiated?
I did. I ran the clock for about one season. I'm just
runner.
All right.
Shot drops for Stover.
I don't have the demeanor to be a referee. So hats off to those guys who do.
You know, it's such a tough job, and I admire them for doing it. I'm not one to be real critical of officials.
Not at all.
However, if you want to learn how hard it is to officiate, try officiating the Delta Chi's and the Theta Chi's intramural football game between 2 frats and 2 kegs. Seriously, it wasn't that bad. But you do learn real fast whether or not you want to do that. And I hope most people know this. You better be physically fit. All right, got it to bounce for Fultondale. That will extend their lead back out to 9. Burrows, the 9th grader for Center Point, will bring it across the line. 3 to go in the third quarter, 25-16. Fultondale. There's another strip steal, and it went. No, it didn't.
Oh.
Rebound shot won't go. I do think there's a whammy on this goal.
And a tough block from behind. Referee saying all ball.
They'll loft it back out. Scrap for the basketball. Fighting for it is White.
Pretty sure Jones didn't want her down low player handling the ball at the top of the key.
That's Hill. She handles the ball a lot. That's tipped around, fortunately for the Wildcats. Came down along the baseline. Now being dribbled, and White will pick it up. Kick it back out. Reedy down in the corner, just a little short. Again, Madison Reedy, just an 8th grader. There goes Holcomb. Won't go. White had the rebound, lost it. Center Point puts it back up. That was Brown.
Good idea by Kayla White. Just not on the same page. You got to keep running, especially on a fast break. Can't stand around and watch. Looks like that's what Coach Jones may be saying right now. Hey, let's settle down and make some good passes.
Let's settle down here. Taking a break on Jeffco Ed TV.
Welcome to Center Point High School, home of the Eagles, where excellence is our only option. We are Jeffco Edge Strong.
And here comes Vaughn. She up, high ball. Ariel, what you got?
Well, all broadcasts you guys have been mentioning the two 8th graders on the Wildcats team. Cameron Jenkins, number 22, and Madison Reedy, number 4, who's been getting a lot of playing time. When I spoke to Coach Jones prior to the game, she mentioned that she feels like it's an amazing opportunity for 8th graders to get to step up and make varsity, basically rewarding them for their experience and talent. The one thing she's been challenging these two in order for them to get more playing time is for them to be able to stay consistent, keep on taking those shots, but also to be able to grow and develop emotionally and physically. Saying that body language, chemistry, and the way you talk to people is just absolutely a work in progress. Also saying, too, that this is a big girls' game and these two 8th graders are stepping up and could surprise people down the road. Matt?
Yeah, they're young. We mentioned it. 2 8th graders, only a couple of seniors. Here comes a breakaway. That's Vaughn. Tries to cut in front of the defender, lays it off the glass. Too strong. Rebound Eccles. Shot. Too strong. Follow up. At least she drew the foul. Stover fouled in the act of shooting. That'll send Hill to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, Matt, from my days in playing basketball, a good drill to kind of help this team along sometime in practice is going to be drawing that contact with, some device to kind of give them a little bump or a shove and force them to make those layups.
Yeah, you take the equivalent of a blocking dummy-like thing, the big pad, and just push on them. It's a good point.
But again, young team, they have some time to figure it out. I'm sure they'll put in some work over the summer for those that are coming back next year.
Hill got the second free throw to drop, and Center Point's up 10. Holcomb just kind of drives through the lane, lays it up.
Not Center Point.
That's right. Thank you.
Fultondale.
There's the shot. It will go. That's Stover.
All right. Little
sophomore with a bucket.
Bright spot for Center Point there. Now down 26-18.
White has it stripped away. That's Holcomb. Still got the basketball. She may have walked. She didn't.
She did.
Substitutions now for Fultondale. And here come the Wildcats. Now with an 8-point lead, probably just one possession before the clock hits zeros here in the third quarter. Driving to the lane, in and out of the lane. That's the freshman, the 8th grader, Reedy. Nice save. Oops. She on the line? You're the line spotter.
She stepped out. It's going to go to Center Point. You know, I do like the hustle that we just saw from the 8th grader. She missed a couple of shots, got her own rebound, and just wasn't able to cash in.
Burrows. Walk with the basketball. 5.8 seconds left. The Cats have got to be very aware. Dribble to the timeline. Reedy, will she launch it? She does. Oh, it is blocked by Burrows. And that will wrap up the third quarter of play. And once again, Fultondale maintains the lead, which they've had the entire game. And we'll take a break and come back with the final stanza.
Welcome, my name is Adrian Pryor, and I'm the principal here at Fultondale High School, where it's a great day to be a Wildcat. Go Wildcats. Fultondale High School is Jeff Coed strong.
And thank you to principal and his staff, and students who were welcomed with open arms here, just north of Birmingham.
Pretty new campus too. You know, this was a school that was devastated by tornadoes,
Right.
so great new facilities, football stadium, high school, baccalaureate school coming in.
You know what I did pulling in? I just immediately went to the baseball and the football fields. I had to get up to the top of the hill and turn around because those are kind of separate, and then they have that advanced school up there on the hill. Really great thing for the youngsters that we have attending Jefferson County High Schools. All right, fourth quarter begins.
Okay, a little different look. Center Point in the 1-2-2.
Now it's working. Almost with a steal there. Dickerson. She wants to drill and she really contesting the ball. There is an off-balance three, but just missed. That was Reedy. There's a steal. On the run is Robinson. Robinson lays it. No. It's blocked and fouled all at once.
Goes down hard. Good to see her get up so quickly. These young ladies are tough, and they're fighting for every loose ball. And they are fierce defenders. That was a good defensive hold. We've got
free throws. Let's check in during the free throw. Ariel.
Well, coming out of that last huddle and that last time out heading into the fourth quarter, Coach Burno was basically telling his team, we are not too far behind. We can climb back into it. That's where they chose to switch the defense up, to apply pressure specifically on Fultondale's guards, to have them try to shoot. They haven't been very good from three tonight, maybe hit one or two. So forcing that outside pressure, he basically told them to as well, make your free throws. It's an opportunity for us to climb back in this thing. Just want consistent effort and hustle for this last 7.5 minutes.
Thank you, ma'am. Robinson now stands alone at the free throw line. So nobody's going to try and get the rebound? Or is this, did I miss a technical? I really don't know. I tell you, Robinson, that one goes.
Okay.
And we may never know. Well, now they're going to be, there was a technical in there somewhere. Robinson. She's got two. Boy, certainly it was a T based on the way they're handling the situation, and particularly if Center Point gets the basketball here.
right.
But like Ariel just told us, that one drops through. You got to make those free throws. I said earlier when you're not guarded, but it's also equally as important that you got to make those free throws when the clock isn't running, especially when you're down. Leads back to 6, though, Chris. Here they come.
There's a lot of basketball left to be played in 7 minutes, but they got to start moving.
Inside, that's Holcomb. Cross court, Burrows, dribbles on Vaughn, tapped away.
Stays with Center Point. It's a chance for them to cut into the lead. See if they can capitalize on it.
7:06 remaining in the basketball game. Inbounds. That's Holcomb. She can't handle it, but ball is picked up by Stover. Robinson.
Brown is working the middle. They just got to get it to her. They're up. They tried. You got to snap those passes in there.
And Robinson got the basketball and may have been fouled by Fultondale.
Madison Brown standing at the free throw line. You know, it'd be great. A little 15-footer, 12-footer, if they can get it to her. But they've got to be able to make that interior pass.
Floor foul. Basketball. Stover. Inbounds. Holcomb. Baseline, ball turns loose. Here come the Wildcats. They don't have the numbers. Vaughn will pull it back out. Nice defense. Ball tapped away by Stover. Kind of like her game, too.
She moves her feet, and she gets to the spots where she should be.
Hill with a basketball back out the top of the key. Dixon. There's a long three. Off the glass. Doesn't matter if she called it. It counts.
The bank is open. Let's have a replay of that. Cross-court pass, off the glass, and down.
Now we got a whistle inside on the other end of the floor.
And just like that, 9-point lead for Fultondale, 6 minutes to go. You're watching Jeffco Ed TV, basketball edition.
Holcomb, the senior, at the line. If you're center point, we've stressed this a lot. Got to start making those free throws, Chris.
Yeah, and she's a senior, so you almost would hope that this is the point that she will step up and try to lead her team, at least with free throws. That's easy money.
She's just not having a night from 15 feet away. There's a scramble. Basketball on the floor. Wasn't out of bounds. Nice save baseline, but it went back to the Wildcats. Dixon with the basketball. Check that. It was Hill. There's a three ball. It won't go. Center point with the rebound. As the seconds continue to click away, Chris, every single possession is now holding a special place.
That was a deep ball, well beyond the arc.
Holcomb could not. She missed. There's a whistle on the end line. Foul on center point.
Called foul? No. I don't know, Maddie. I thought that could have ended up as a held ball. Refs saw it a little differently.
Fultondale with the basketball and a 9-point lead. Firing the tray, that was Dixon, and a little bit too strong.
Wide open look at it, just off the mark. Center point comes back.
Holcomb driving.
Dribbled off her leg. You know, at this point in the game, you cannot make those types of mistakes.
Those unforced errors. And I imagine now, is it too early for Journey Jones to start thinking about taking a little bit more time in your possessions at the 5-minute mark?
I think it's exactly the time. You got to start thinking about running plays, getting good shots.
Hill had one but got tangled up with an eagle. There's the shot. Rebound. Follow-up. That's Vaughn. That was in the act. She'll go to the line. She could make this a double-digit lead for the Wildcats again. Bagged it. 10-point lead for Fultondale. Home team has 4 fouls. Center point has 2. A fifth for Fultondale will put center point in the bonus. As we mentioned earlier, they do the fouls by quarter. Got them both. Nice free throws by Jayla Vaughn, just a sophomore.
And Matt, if you would remind our viewers what the new rule is when you do go in the bonus.
Well, first of all, there's no one-on-ones, and I'm not sure I really like that, but I understand it conceptually, okay? But you also have to remember I was born in the 50s, okay? I like jump balls.
Yeah.
So you only get one of those now.
So no one-on-ones, but so when they're in the bonus, they're shooting 2.
Yeah, and if you get 5 in a quarter, you'll be shooting the bonuses.
You know, you have to wonder if that was just one too many passes. You know, you pass the ball to the interior, keep that ball up high, turn and shoot. She thought maybe she could have gotten it a little bit lower. Makes one more pass and ends up drawing a foul. So we'll see if she can capitalize here.
Keosha Bennett, the junior, at the line. She plays a really good role on Randall Barnow's first-year Eagles team. They came in at 0-3. And I'm not predicting the future, but they cut it. It's back to 10, 31-21. Here come the Wildcats. Hill crosses over her dribble. I thought she got stripped and said she put up a shot. It will not go, and ball is out of bounds. Fultondale possession.
She did a good job of splitting the defense because, now that center point has switched to the 1-2-2 or some variation of it, they've been a lot more aggressive.
Hill with the three won't go for Fultondale. Oh, nice assist there by Ariel. Nice job. Burrows gives it up to Stover. Center point's got to work the basketball, got to work quickly as we approach the 4-minute mark. There's a shot put up, no good. Bennett was fouled. She'll go back to the free throw line, as they will the remainder of the game.
And it's kind of unfortunate that the score really doesn't tell how hard center point has played. They just have not been able to cash in.
It's a very good point, Chris, because I can count on I start having to use 2 times. So how many times they've had an offensive rebound put back in an easy, a bunny, and they couldn't get it to go.
All right, so she makes the second half of that.
Driving off the glass, up and good. That is Jayla Vaughn.
And that's one of the best plays that we've seen. Let's have another look at it here. Splits the defense and off the glass. Very, very good.
And now the lead's back out to double digits. It's at 11, 33-22. Center point's got to move it. Got to get some points. Inside, pass is put up by Smith, won't go. Haven't heard from her much here in the second half. Off the steal, Wildcats on the run. That's Vaughn. Vaughn shoots, misses. Eccles runs down the rebound. Tipped away, now with the basketball, Stover. A lot of action, no points.
You see a sense of urgency here from center point, but she travels. A little bit too urgent there. Making the move before dribbling the ball. Time is running out for center point.
Yeah, 3:17 and ticking. Across the line is the 8th grader, Madison Reeder. She dribbles, drives, shoots, block. Ball taken away by Bennett. And then tied up, making a great defensive play. Alana Eccles, the senior.
Called her name a lot last year. And in addition to these teams, this is early in the season, right?
Right.
You're going to see some growth, you're going to see some maturity, and you're going to see some settling in.
Center point with the basketball. They need points in a hurry as they trail by 11. They are in the bonus. Inside, Holcomb. She walked with the basketball.
Now is the time. I won't say that you have to get desperate, but now's the time when you have to start looking at the clock and taking the first available open shot that you can take.
Well, and we were talking about the changes they've made in free throws. Now, if you hack away, they still get 2 shots. So you got to try and play defense clean and get steals. Well, how about just getting it tied up? The possession will remain with Fultondale, and they're tussling.
I think for a minute they thought it was a football fumble. You know, a held ball in basketball is determined by the possession arrow, which is to Fultondale this time around. But they were scrambling for that ball like it was a fumble.
That's Hill with the dribble.
Little friendly fire there. Players running into each other.
Yeah.
Holcomb a little shaken up.
She had hands on her face. I thought she may take a shot to the face. Hill. And we got a timeout.
All right, we'll go to break.
Timeout. 33-22 on Jeffco Ed TV.
We need more drivers, but we need folks more than that who want to make a difference.
It's the best job in the world. Bus drivers are doing a tremendous job in receiving kids each day with a smile, sending them home each day with a smile, making a difference in their lives.
Most bus drivers are there to invest in the children as well as to gain an investment for themselves. They were excited that you're interested in being a bus driver trainer. The potential is great about changing lives.
All right, we're back in Fultondale, Alabama, Fultondale High School, home of the Wildcats. And right now they host an 11-point lead over visiting Center Point. Wildcats are looking for their second win of the year to go along with 2 losses. Inbound underneath their own goal. You can do that. The 8th grade will run it down. There's the launch and the 3 ball. They may just do it from Tristan Hill. The junior just extended the lead to 14 as we're coming up on the 2-minute mark.
She stepped up, set her feet, and that was a beautiful shot by the young lady.
Air ball, rebound White. And here comes Fultondale with absolutely in control of this basketball and probably not in a hurry to score again. Of course, I'm wrong. Off the glass, a shot by Hill won't go. White got her own rebound. Blocked out of bounds by Robinson. Fultondale with the basketball underneath their own basket and still holding that 14-point lead. And again, they will go half the court and then some to Madison Reedy. She drives the lane, puts the shot up, won't go over Bennett. There's a scramble. Bennett gets it back. Holcomb, long pass. Robinson got the 2.
That was a good transition play. You see it here, replay. Robinson scoring that bucket.
Hill dribbles over. Now in the corner, ball batted away. Tried to get it inside. I believe she traveled. Nadia Backray Rush, who just checked in for Fultondale. There's a name for you. Nadia Backray Rush. Center Point with a minute to go. This is all but over. I'd like to go back to what you said a minute ago. Center Point just missed shots. It's a very competitive basketball game.
It was. I mean, if you looked at the stats for blocked shots, I mean, you know, there were a lot of open looks, but there also was a lot of good defense on both sides of the ball by both teams. And so not an absolute blowout by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of things that need to be ironed out sooner than later in the season. I'm sure both Coach Burno and Coach Jones will take a look at this game on Jeffco Ed TV. Look at the replay
Yeah,
as you guys can do
that.
at home. Tell all your friends and family, and they'll figure some things out. While we have a bit of a pause, just introduce you to our cast here. I'm Chris Osborne, Matt Coulter, alongside our latest addition, Ariel Schaefer. Glad to have her on board, veteran broadcaster.
The lefty. Think it's okay if I just call you the lefty? Let's go to the lefty on the sideline.
Looks like she might have a mean left hook, Matt. You better leave Ariel alone.
I know my place. Under a minute, under 50. Dribbling the basketball, that's Burrows. And we got a whistle down along the baseline. Hey, you know, we got another game coming up.
We
the
do.
boys will take the floor, and then you and I are headed to Mortimer, Jordan tomorrow.
Mortimer, Jordan tomorrow, taking on Corner. I always love going up there. That it will prove it. And we got another game later in the week.
Yeah, Thursday night. We're on the road.
Gardendale.
Gardendale, home of the Rockets, where their two head basketball coaches are married.
That's right.
At the line, Burrows. Whistle.
Good display of sportsmanship there by Robinson, helping player up after the little collision. I love that.
I believe Fultondale could just dribble it up the floor.
But
But, you know,
where's the fun in that,
they
Matt
gotta
Coulter?
Here's what you do is get a senior a shot.
Little keep away here.
They may be satisfied just go back and forth. At the 10-second mark, Hill, there's a shot, wide. Center point at the buzzer, shot almost made by Lamaya Stover. But from Stover to game over. Fultondale wins it 36-24. They'll go to 2-2 on the season. And the Center Point Eagles will go to 0-4. Now, Ariel will be catching up with Journey Jones here in just a minute. With Carson, our videographer.
And Matt, like you said, you know, that was just the first of two of our broadcast games tonight.
Right.
Boys coming up right after this.
And here's Ariel and Journey.
Coach, all night you guys were trying to knock it down from three. However, 2 minutes ago, Tristan Hill steps up with confidence. How did that bucket right there seal the win?
It gave everybody else confidence and hope. They were pouting at halftime like, man, my shots aren't falling. So just to see one go in, it kind of gave everybody some relief, like there's hope, like there's something that's going to fall. So she gave us a little bit of breathing room.
You mentioned that this team is very young. You guys are still on the hunt to find your identity. The way that they played towards the end, despite Center Point switching up the defense, staying consistent, did you guys take a step in the right direction to find your identity?
Absolutely. I told them, man, we just got to be strong mentally through adversity. I tell them all the time in practice, it's not about the mistake, it's about how you respond. So just making sure they stay in it, play hard all the way until the clock hits zero. If they play well, that's all I could ask.
Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you both, ladies. That wraps up game one. The boys are coming on the floor, and we'll be back to broadcast that game, and I'm going to tell you in about 10 minutes right here on Jeffco Ed TV.